I view myself as, number one, I really do enjoy watching other people get better and helping them now that I've been doing it myself for so long. So I view myself as a teacher, number one, a coach as well, number two, a therapist, number three. Actually, a good teacher has some therapy in their work. So I like to do individual and group therapy, I call it. It started out kind of as a little joke calling it that, but it ended up feeling like it really truly is therapy when you're coaching somebody. And finally, I try to be entertaining and engaging. Number one, salespeople, really, you can lose their attention quite quickly if you're not entertaining and engaging. So I try to make all my training classes fun and engaging, as well as my one-on-one coaching.
One of the things that makes your training unique is your focus on behavioral styles. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, I definitely became a student of behavioral styles early on in my sales career. In my first employer, we spent many weeks on learning the behavioral styles, doing role plays, being filmed in every role play. So it made a big impact on me, and I've incorporated that into my training for years. I do believe you need to be able to adjust your style enough to make the other person feel comfortable with you, without being phony or fake, of course. So I think that's one of my most celebrated training classes that people have been to.
You often talk about breaking through barriers and expanding comfort zones.
Well, as human beings, it's all about expanding our comfort zones. Never thinking we know everything. We can always get better. That's how I approach all my training, is to try to create an environment where people can take some risks in the training and stretch out of their comfort zones, which means dealing with fear. There's a lot of fear when it comes to being new in sales, for sure. But I've even seen intermediate and advanced salespeople lose confidence and have new fears come up as their environment changes or their customers change, or they've lost a customer, fear creeps in. So I definitely focus heavily on expanding comfort zones. Through good training, good coaching, I try to make them feel very comfortable to reach out and expand. Number one, the best thing of all for a good salesperson is to have a good manager or a good leader over them that's also a trainer and a coach and keeps the training that I provide alive. So because of that, and because I was a leader for so many years in a sales organization, I really became a student of leadership training, went to a lot of different courses on it, and then started teaching my own classes on leadership, especially when it comes to managing and leading other salespeople. So it's definitely become another area for me that I really enjoy teaching and coaching in the leadership realm. There's two main ways that I work with clients. Number one would be coming there to their location and doing group training sessions, either sales or leadership. I like starting off with a group training session so that we're all on the same page and we speak a common language. So then when I get asked to do the one-on-one coaching for certain individuals moving forward, we can speak in that language that we did the group training in. Or following that up with one-on-one coaching for people after they've had the group training. That happens a lot as well. Certain producers or leaders that they want to invest in one-on-one coaching for, I become pretty much like their personal trainer, is the way I look at it. And some companies use me frequently. Others, it's more of a special event, and I can fly in and do a big training session for a day or two as a special event for the companies that are anywhere in the country, as long as I have enough notice.
When did you know you wanted to get into sales training?
But looking back at my life, I have always enjoyed teaching and training, and every job I ever ended up in, even back when I was a dishwasher in high school and a front desk clerk in a hotel, I was always asked to train the people that I worked with. So I always kind of knew I wanted to be a professor of something, and what hit me after being in sales for so long was I could be a professor of sales. Well, the first thing the sales managers should ask themselves is how much attention and training are my salespeople getting? And not just my new people, but my intermediate and even my advanced people. It's the best gift you can give your people is to invest in training and coaching them. It'll help keep turnover down and get production much higher. I'm thinking about my current customers. In some cases, I'm dealing right with the owner of a company. In other cases, it might be the vice president of sales or the vice president of training. And in some cases, it's the head of the HR department, because there's a lot of my training that applies to every department in a company. So sometimes I'm working with the HR director. On my website, they'll see a toll-free number that will automatically alert me to when they leave a voicemail, and I will get back with them within 24 hours. Or they can send me an email, and that's also on the website. Looking forward to talking with anyone who has any other questions, and have a quick conversation about that, or even up to a 30-minute free consultation.
Thank you.
You're welcome.